Hey everyone, welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and me, Banshee. And it's me, Banshee, for my Material Matters segment. Your weekly tarot keys to success in business, education, and finance. Welcome to the show. Hope everybody's had a materially productive week last week. Raking in the cash, etc., etc. So today I am using my success oracles for our collective reading. Hope everybody survived the eclipse, the solar eclipse on the 10th. And of course, we're still in Mercury retrograde. Oh, so our success guru for the day is Martha. Martha Stewart. And Martha Stewart says, be a life support system. Spring cleaning is always in season. Turn your cottage industry into a castle. And she certainly has. And there she is. Former model stockbroker Martha Stewart breathes life into lifestyle as founder of Martha Stewart Living Omnimedia, selling household merchandise, aspirational decor tips, and sorry I lost that, and herb-scented distractions from mortality. Her TV persona cuts sharp with both humor and chef's knives. In 2004, the centimillionaire made a remarkable comeback after a 5-month stint in the can on charges related to insider trading. Damned stockbroker background. Teaming with another beloved celebrity who's seen the inside of a courtroom, Snoop Dogg, Stewart co-hosts a popular variety show and is launching her own CBD line. Love what you've done with the joint, Martha. So that's a little in-joke there. Well, we could learn a lot from Martha. First off, she didn't let, anything stop her. She didn't let that little stint in the can set her back. She blazed a new trail, so to speak, and, got into CBD and this partnership that's been very successful with Snoop Dogg. And I've seen her recently on Chopped. She's doing quite well for herself. Good old Martha. All right, I'm going to move on. So that was our collective card. This reading is for the week of June 13th through 19th. Flag Day in America is on June 14th, so wave your flags. Moon is going from Cancer Leo on June 13th to Libra on June 19th. Okay. So we're ready to go, and we're ready to go with our frenzy air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This reading is for you. Oh dear. Okay, so air signs, you start with the King of Wands, reversed. So your focus for the week ahead is on how to take charge, how to channel some aggressive fire energy, into your enterprises this week, into your business, into, your, investments and your money situation. How do you take charge? How do you aggressively move forward? It seems as though, maybe moving too fast is not a good thing, is my guess, but that doesn't mean you can't aggressively pursue your goals anyway. It's just a matter of, being careful, being cautious, and maybe looking before you make those moves. But that doesn't mean not to take risks. It's just to make sure that they're smart risks. So, how can you best prepare for this focus in the week ahead, air signs? Well, Three of Pentacles is reversed. I think the best way to prepare for this focus is to not let other people's opinions of you set you back or stop you. Don't be looking for that pat on the back. Don't be looking for that applause. Keep your eye on what's important to you, and it's not recognition, it's the work. It's what you need to get done, and to do it well. The only person you really need to satisfy is yourself. So maybe as we go back and recap this, we'll take a look at those two cards together there in a little bit more detail. So what about people this week? Will they be will they be helpful or not? With your financial situation, your material world? You know what? I think this week is a time to focus on, getting people to help out in small ways. Expect small help. Expect people to be, doing the little things, because sometimes it's the attention to those small things that really make a big difference, So don't expect a lot of bells and whistles from people this week, but the little things that they do behind the scenes may mean a lot here. Ultimately, will there be forward or backward movement for you guys, or no movement at all for the air signs this week? Well, look at that. It's the Two of Swords, and it is upright. To me, that's kind of like a stalemate. That's kind of like not a lot happening. Not a lot of forward movement, maybe a little bit more introspection, maybe a little bit more thinking things out. And ultimately, that might be a good thing, considering, that King of Wands reversed there. So let's take a look at that again, because now I'm getting a little bit of a clearer picture here. The King of Wands reversed might indicate that this is a time to maybe dial it down a little bit. Don't be too pushy with things. Don't, take aggression to a negative level. Aggressive energy can be positive in that, you're moving forward and quickly and smartly, or it can be negative where you're pushing people to get them to do what you need them to do and demanding, and that never works well, especially if you're a boss. So, you might want to dial that energy down just a little bit, or use it more appropriately. Not to browbeat people who are trying to help you. So, and that kind of ties into how best you can prepare for that focus. Don't expect people to be looking at you, and giving you all kinds of praise and recognition and like bowing down at your feet or something. It's not about that. It's about doing the work, and it's about doing that work well and being a conscientious player. This isn't just about your recognition. This is about the team you're with. Everybody plays a role in your success. Mostly when people are successful, it's not just you getting yourself to the top, it's those people along the way who have helped you get there. And so what about people this week? Well, people this week will be doing the little things, in the background to help you out. It's not going to be like bells and whistles. It's not going to be great bursts of energy and help from people, but they're going to be paying attention to the small details that really matter. And ultimately, by week's end, you're going to be doing a lot of thinking and soul searching, and maybe trying to make appropriate decisions on where your next moves are going to be. But this week, not much happening, air signs. So take it slow, and don't be pushy. Definitely don't be overly aggressive in trying to accomplish things when this is a week where it seems like not a lot is going to be happening anyway. So that's what I have for you, air signs, for the week ahead. Good luck with that. I'm going to move on to the fire signs now. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Let's see if we're breathing any fire into our material affairs in the week ahead. Interesting. So, fire signs, your focus card for the week ahead is another 2. We have the 2 of Pentacles upright. And that's indicating to me this week is all about balance, all about juggling all the different areas of your life. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, kind of don't spread yourself too thin. Kind of make sure there's a balance across the board here. I think that's going to be very important. And how best can you prepare for that focus? Well, you know what? How about starting to find the joy in your affairs? How about looking for, this is the Ace of Cups upright. How about how about doing some things that will bring more joy into your work routine, into your financial affairs, maybe investing on things that have meaning to you, maybe spending some money on some, what am I trying to say here? Philanthropic concerns that, that mean a lot to you and bring you joy. So there could be that, I feel, in the week ahead. We'll go over that again. I want to kind of focus more. I'm a little out of focus here. So what about people this week? Will they be helpful or not in the week ahead? Yeah, the 7 of Pentacles upright. I think people are kind of stepping back a little bit. They want to make sure that the work they're doing is really going to pay off, or maybe they're looking at what is the benefit for them. So, maybe there'll have to be some dialogue with others to get them on board with things. So there may be questions, there may be concerns being raised. I don't see anything major here. I just think this is just part of what needs to happen, in order to progress forward. And speaking of that, will there be forward or backward movement at all for you fire signs this week? Well, we have the World. I like it, my fellow fire signs. So we have the World here. And basically that's telling me that there is some success by week's end. There is some forward movement. There is some accomplishment. Perhaps some long-term project finally gets completed. Perhaps some great financial news comes in, perhaps some deals that you have made, either real estate, property, or other business transactions come through. Maybe some major account, you've secured. So it's looking good by week's end. Let's go over this again and see what's going on here to be sure. The 2 of Pentacles upright is indicating fire signs that balance is the key this week, maintaining balance and being flexible, too. So if you're not overextended in one area, you might be able to be more flexible, with your finances, with your resources, or with your energy levels, to be able to apply yourself to what needs to get done. And also, if you bring something joyful into, your material affairs, whether it's working on a philanthropic cause that means something to you, whether it's just changing up your work routine, working on a project that brings you great joy, this will really help you this week. Others want to get on board, I believe, but they're sitting back and they're thinking, so what's in this for me? What's the payout? What is really the end result here of why are we doing the work that we're doing? So I think that others will want some explanations from you, and that includes maybe some of your financial advisors and stuff. If you're trying to move and shift things around, they may want to know just what's your strategy. Ultimately, though, by week's end, it looks as though success is assured. You have the World. It looks like something is going to be achieved and accomplished. There may be some dividends coming in. There may be some payouts. There may be some accounts secured. It's hard to say, but it looks like it's very, very positive for you fire signs. So good luck with that. Woohoo! I like it, fire signs. All right. So we're on our water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This is for you. All right. Okay. Your focus for the week ahead, water signs. 7 of Wands reversed. Well, it just seems like you're having a hard time holding your own here at the start of the week. It's as if uh, you're not in the most positive of positions, and maybe you realize that, and you're trying to figure out how to get back on top of things again, whether it's just in your material affairs, or if some competition is beating you out, of some important accounts that you were hoping to get a hold of, or, some business transactions. It looks as though you are at a disadvantage. So let's see what we can do to right that. How best can you prepare for this focus? So here we have the devil, and the devil is reversed. So the best way to prepare for this focus is to break free from things that are restricting you. Maybe there have been some things that have been holding you back. Maybe you've been holding yourself back. Maybe you've been holding your tongue and not speaking out on things when you should have. Maybe you've been holding back financially and not maybe doing something at the appropriate time, and now you've missed an opportunity. Maybe you've missed an opportunity to invest in something, for example. So this is breaking free from that, limiting whatever it was that limited you from making these moves. It's time to shake it off and get with the program. And what about people this week? Will they be cooperative or not? Well, people this week seem very overburdened. They seem stressed, and it could just be because they realize something, early on, something was lost here. And so they're feeling the burdens, and they're taking on a lot. So anything you can do to help minimize that, and lighten the load or lighten the mood might be helpful. So will there be forward or backward movement, or no movement at all this week for you water signs? Look at that. Well, at least you end with a happy wand card. You got the Knight of Wands upright. And it's very interesting to me. You got 3 wands here in a major arcana. So I think this is kind of an important week for you guys, in the material world. I think by week's end, you're going to be moving forward. You're going to finally be getting out of this funk. But I don't see any real material benefits other than the fact that maybe things are now starting to head in the right direction. Now let's take a look at this again. So apparently you lost the upper hand in something, with that 7 of Wands reversed there. You may have lost, some forward movement, some positive momentum. Maybe you just had gotten, off your game. You just haven't been able to stay on top of things like you normally have. And it's time to, to break out of this funk, this attitude that has made things go by the wayside here. So, whatever it is, whether it's I'm trying to think here, like a mental block, like I'm having right now, whether it's, an inability to focus, concentrate, it's time to break free. It's time to break free and move forward, and eliminate whatever it is that's wrong here. And I feel that it's just something, you may have missed an opportunity. You may have missed an opportunity for growth. Some competition may have gotten the better of you on that. Whatever the case may be, you have to get back on your feet again. And others around you, I don't think they're contributing to this problem, but they feel kind of overburdened by it. Maybe, your advisors are working overtime trying to figure out how we can get things moving in the right direction again. Maybe people you work with are working harder to maybe secure some other business, some other accounts, and try to get the money flowing again. But whatever you can do to lighten that mood would be very, very helpful, water signs. Ultimately, though, by week's end, it seems like things are starting to right themselves again, and I feel like you'll be moving in a much more positive direction, but it is unclear that you're really going to reap any benefits, per se, this week. I would say it's more like a recovery and a move forward. So good luck with that in the week ahead. And finally, we are on the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. This is for you. Okay. Let's see what's shaking. Hey, first thing that's shaking is the Fool. The Fool is upright. And look at that Fool there, ready to take that leap into the unknown. Oh, this could be a real adventure for you this week, Earth signs. It looks as though you're ready to take some risks, ready to make some moves, maybe some unconventional moves, and it's very positive looking. It looks as though this might be the time to take a chance in the material world. But how best you can prepare for that focus is to make sure, with the Ace of Swords reversed here, that, whatever it is that you want to begin to develop or do, you have to make sure it's well thought out. Because it's funny, these are almost to me kind of, I won't say they're opposites, but the Fool is somebody who's I'm just going to throw caution to the wind and I'm going to take that risk and that chance. And the Ace of Swords is saying, reversed here, well, maybe not so fast. Maybe make sure that, you're not going to make a decision that you will later regret. So there might be some thought that you need to put in this. Don't just say, hey, I've got an idea and run with it. How about talking to your team first, whether it's your advisors, whether it's your coworkers, and making sure that everybody's on board with you? Because, this could be a new beginning that could turn into an empty victory without the support that you need to back it up. And look at this. We have the Page of Swords up right here. So what about people this week? I think it's going to be really, really important, looking at these two cards together here, the two swords, that you communicate your intent well with the people around you and make sure that everybody's on the same page. It looks positive. It looks as if you go ahead and do that, you communicate your intentions well, people will probably be happy to get on board. So I think right there, that's your key. Well, ultimately, will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all for you this week? Well, all I can say, Earth signs, is no pain sometimes, no gain. And, we do have the Queen of Pentacles reversed here. And, so there is an indication here that you could stand to lose a little bit of money here. It does show that there could be some risk. It shows that maybe, you're not thinking through some of the financial ramifications of whatever this risk that you want to take may be. And so there is a potential for loss here. So I would say that you really need to have somebody look over your finances and make sure you are in the position to make the move that you're going to make before you get started. Otherwise, there could be some issues. So let's take a look at that again. It looks like the Fool is ready to take some risks here, ready to jump off that ledge, ready to start something new and maybe unconventional to some degree. However, it looks as though you really need to think that through a little bit more, or it could end up being an empty victory. You need to really communicate your intent with others and make sure that they are on board. I really believe that's key with the Page of Swords there. Make sure everybody understands what they need to do and why it's important. But ultimately, this is risky. And so if you're not sure about your financial situation, you could stand to lose. Sometimes, though, I'm not sure this is a totally bad thing, because sometimes, though, we have to, we do suffer some losses for later gain. So I really do think you're going to have to weigh things here, and just determine whether this is going to be in your best interests or not. And maybe also the people around you, that Page of Swords there, they may be wanting to talk to you and try to steer you one way or the other and give you some advice here that maybe you should listen to. So it's a risky week this week. I'm not telling you not to take this move, but there might be some financial downturns because you have taken the move. So be prepared for that. And good luck. I do feel this is going to be kind of topsy-turvy for you, Earth signs. So that's it for the show, but I want to remind everybody that Mr. O has his emotional exchanges every Fridays from 7 in the morning, I believe, is when it starts. So do tune in. Sometimes we're in the chat room there as we do premiere it. And also, don't forget his Goth Tarot every Wednesdays. And we should be having a monthly modality message coming up soon and some special stuff for the summer solstice. So stay tuned for that as well. And next week, I'll see you same time, same place. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.